We went to EVO.
I suppose we can start the podcast. Yeah. So we went to EVO.
Yeah. It was great. I got on stage. I beat a relatively popular streamer live on stage on stream. What's up?
It's a little insulting to us, that we decided to start the EVO talk 20 minutes into a Monkey Ball episode.
Yeah.
But I lost to Rip, who, commentates.
Rip is a professional commentator for Tekken.
Professional commentator for Tekken. I'm pretty sure Rip actually is a mainstay person in one of the online tourneys that I forgot the name of. Apologies, actually. Wow. I probably should play in them. But very talented individual, pretty good, and a longtime competitor of Tekken. So I lost day 2. 3-2, which is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, we did both make it to the second day, so we did get free Chipotle, and by free Chipotle, I mean we had to pay a lot of money to get tickets and to get into the event, but hey, we got Chipotle out of it.
Look, I'm down to spend my X hundred amount of dollars Canadian to win free Chipotle.
It was great.
It was great. Honestly, the stadium was wild. It's way, way better than watching a stream.
Oh, it was fun. Fun as hell.
It's a little bit funny, because I'm like, well, I'm a nervous guy, and it's going to be warm and loud in there, but being part of the dumb chants, 10 out of 10.
Goo,
someone was trying
goo.
Yeah.
Kept trying to get goo chants.
Yeah. Reload.
Oh, yeah. The Uni, Under Night in Birth 2, that was a fantastic tournament to watch.
The Uni crowd were wilding out.
It was nuts.
It's a shame I missed 2 matches because I had to recover from the free Chipotle.
Yeah, my man got mild food poisoning. We all got chicken. He's like, that pork, though.
Ooh, okay, all right. Pork carnitas, very good.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious at the time as well. I should have noticed that when they scooped the carnitas,
yeah.
When they scooped it from a vat, and a vat where you could not see the pork previous. It was not drenched. Drenched is charitable. It was drowning in its own whatever it was. And I feel like no one ordered the carnitas for a reason. So yeah, that was again really good at the time, but they pulled out the pork from the swamp and plopped it on rice, and I'm like, that's my fucking man. Thank God I didn't compete. Thank God I didn't day 3, because then I'd have to I had to recover from that. Also, I'd be a nervous wreck, because then I'd have to go up on stage, and I wasn't prepared for that. Let me tell you.
So yeah, all right. So yeah, we fly down. Let's go through it. Let's go goo again.
Well, the first thing that I want to say is Vegas is a dry heat.
It's a dry heat. It's a dry heat. It's a dry heat there.
Felt like you were cooking in an oven.
Well, it kind of sucked. Yeah. We you worked overnight and then got on a plane.
Yeah.
So you were probably not quite all with it. God fucking. All right, this is the podcast episode now.
It's just the ending screen. It's just the death screen we got. All right. So yeah, I worked and then I got picked up. So my current job is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Fucking
10 p.m. 8 a.m.
10 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then when I got off, I showered and got picked up for 3 back-to-back flights.
Hell yeah.
That took... How long?
Our first one was like an hour and 20.
Yeah, and the second
we
one...
stopped in Toronto.
Yeah.
I do not remember that transition at all.
That's because we had to run to the... there was no stopping. We didn't have any, layover time.
We didn't have to go through customs, but I just, every time I think of our trip, I cannot remember that airport. At all. And it's fucking weirding me out.
Nice.
Genuinely, I remember getting on the plane. I remember the guy beside me on that plane kicking his shoes off fucking immediately and looking at right-wing Twitter the entire fucking flight.
See, my flights were amazing because I had the window seat and the window seat, and no one showed up in my row, so I had it all to myself. And then I had a window seat and a small couple who cuddled and napped the entire time. So I essentially had another empty row. And then I had a quiet writer who was like just frantically scribbling her feelings about being on a flight. And I peeked. She was not handling it very well, even though it was a comm flight. I'm pretty sure she was internalizing the fact that she was in a flying metal tube. And then I played Disco Elysium for the rest of the time, and that was fantastic.
That was your first time on a flight?
Yeah, first time on a flight. It was despite the first 2 flights not having any outlets. Pretty good flight.
Oh my god, yeah, that sucks. So yeah, we ended up getting the cheapest fucking planes they had on offer, unfortunately, both times. So a 5-hour flight with no power outlets or anything like that really stretched my brain thin.
I should have brought a sketch pad. I had to resort. Well, I say I had to resort. I was actually having a pretty good time to. I had a little notepad just in case we needed to keep track of something, and a pen.
True.
And that's what I was doodling on. I was just doing that for a hot while.
I read a bunch of book.
Yeah.
Actually, Fires of Heaven right there by Robert Jordan, part of the Wheel of Time series.
Nice.
That book is so fucking dry, man. This is like, it's the 5th book in the series, and boy, can you tell.
That's when the writer decided, all right, we have to establish new canon, and unfortunately, we have to establish it.
Oh boy, is he establishing. Oh my god. This is not the best of the series for sure. And I'm like, how far am I in now? Let's just take a quick look at that.
Man, no wonder you were tired and grumpy, dude. Like
157 pages, and about 100 of those have been so not interesting. So that kind of sucked. And so I stopped reading my book, and then I started watching One Piece. And Nathan, friend of the channel, and their partner were behind me, and Nathan was just kind of taking glances, watching part of the siege on Onigashima in One Piece, like episode 1030 something, and he's like, "Is that squirrel fighting a dinosaur?" It's like, well, he's not a raccoon or a squirrel. He's a reindeer. First off, that's Tony Chopper, and you put some fucking respect on that name.
You can transform into probably a squirrel.
Yeah, he turns into an old man baby.
I don't want to hear anything more about One Piece.
Yeah, so that was a 5-hour flight right beside definitely a right-wing weirdo who, popped his shoes off immediately.
He just wanted those dogs out.
Buddy, let me tell you. And then we got to Vancouver, which is where we had to do our transition over through customs and stuff. And that customs guy was not having it. Like, I raced off the plane because we ended up, thankfully when we landed, it was like, oh yeah, your next plane's delayed 20 minutes, which is great because we had 40 minutes-ish to get off the plane, get everything, get through customs, go find Steve, who's been waiting in the Vancouver airport, and then get on a plane, basically. So thankfully that 20 bonus minutes means I could have eaten a food, so we ate a food.
Yeah. I wandered, I ate a food, I needed to sit down for a hot second. Forgot to charge everything, and didn't have outlets on the second plane, so... That was when I had the unhinged, alright, here's some content idea notes, and I realized I was kind of tired, cranky, and also could not concentrate, so all of my content idea notes were like 6 pages of like, I've read it afterwards. I did not know what I was thinking at the time. I was in a dark place.
Anything salvageable?
We can discuss it later, but like, I marked down some of the like established gun girl gun ideas that we've had. And then it just kind of like devolved into like, I don't actually know.
All right.
It's the problem with that. Is like, it just kind of went gibberish, and I was kind of like, you know, I have a nasty habit of, when I'm explaining something, I just tend to overlap and repeat myself.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that the point is clear, that even though I've said something like this, I also still mean the other thing. And I have the unfortunate brain rot that I need to explain that, in fact, I'm not walking back on the previous idea. Rather, I would like to explore a little bit more of a different avenue. And then my brain just goes, well, you need to explain what you mean. Show your work, even though you've shown your work.
Keep it in writing. You do that?
Yeah.
God damn.
No, it was not a good time. So then I just doodled with my ballpoint pen, and it was quite fun.
Okay.
I made a person that, because drawing on that plane wasn't particularly great, I made a person that looked more like a lizard, and I giggled to myself on that plane because I drew a little note, because I like to make little notes of myself whenever I doodle. of like, all right, you could do this better, or you could do this, or like maybe try doing this instead, or if I don't have a reference, that's kind of what I do to make sure that I remember. I should be honestly writing stuff down when I'm playing Tekken because it works the kind of a similar way. So you need to process information. And then I drew a little cockroach right next to the lizard person that I inadvertently drew, and I giggled because it looked so fucking goofy. Because the girl that I drew that looked like a lizard just accidentally was like, man, she's looking at that fucking cockroach and she's hungry as fuck.
Gonna get that
so that's where I was at on that flight. I was very tired.
That's our Couve to Vegas flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing really crazy about that flight. I can't even remember. I was beside Kenny the whole flight.
Oh, sorry, Toronto to Vancouver, and then
okay.
I played Disco Elysium the entire way from Vancouver to Vegas.
Fair.
Yeah.
We did find another random, Steve found another random nerd, and he fell in with us for a little while, who was a Guilty Gear player. Poor person decided to make sure he got there bright and early for Guilty Gear. Oh, his pool's next day.
Nice.
So he just had his own. He just had to wander around for the whole day. Apparently,
walking a little bit ahead of the story, it's better than the guy who paid for EVO and did not pay for a competitor pass.
Yeah, that is wild.
It's a shame because he whipped our ass in Tekken.
Yeah,
yeah. He was really good.
Yeah, what's the flight to Vancouver down? Yeah, it was beside Kenny, so we just kind of like looked out. It was like, ooh, sphere, and then like we just kind of like, what if the plane just kept going?
Nice.
There's like desert. There's like desert surrounding this place. That's clearly Vegas. There's nowhere else around here. What if it just kept going?
What if instead Vegas 2?
Yeah, right. Like,
was that you're like, I cannot. I know I was a little delirious from the second plane, but like I could only imagine what you guys were feeling, especially in the brain tech that was you sitting right next to Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very quiet. We mostly kept to ourselves until finally we were getting to the landing phase, and then we're just like making fun of everything we see. And yeah, we got to Vegas. You weren't in our first ride share, were you?
I was with Pat and Kenny.
Okay, so yeah, you were. Yeah, we all went to the venue early. Yeah, that's right, because they couldn't find your thing.
Correct.
Yeah, so we all ran to the venue ASAP. We got out. Good Lord, it was a dry heat. Even at, what was it? It was 1 in the morning for us, but it was 9-ish when we got there.
So I don't know about our audience and where they're currently at, but the only way I can explain the heat there, and what I presume the rest of the world to feel like, is it honestly felt like I've been in that climate before, and it was right in front of a pizza oven as I was working at a pizza place. And that's the only like line I could draw. And the only part about it that is different from the pizza place is that there's no promise of pizza when you're walking around Vegas. True. You have to buy it.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
As much of it
smell like pizza.
Yeah, as much of a dystopian as it is, it smelled more like tacos, to be honest.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I'm a big fan, to be honest. A lot of Mexican places down there. It makes sense. Yeah, as a dystopian as you have to deal with the pizzas coming out of that oven, I would have rather dealt with the pizza.
Yep, 100%.
But regardless, you know what? It wasn't actually that bad. I don't think I prefer being hot all of the time, and I'm not a big fan of every single place we went into. We got like the wash of AC.
Yeah.
But that's just more of a moral thing, in my opinion, and I think people would die down there if there wasn't any. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It's a miserable place and shouldn't exist.
Maybe don't live in a desert, but I can't really tell you to do that. If I say that, I'm a Ben Shapiro. Yo, just sell your houses if they flood.
To and who? Go where, Ben?
Yeah, each baller goes.
Who, Ben?
That bit. Speaking of living in my head rent free, losing my head rent free.
There you go.
But yeah. Dry heat. We took a ride share.
Yeah, we found a ride share. Dude was fine. He knew old fighting games. I was like, that's cool.
The first fighting game he named was King of Fighters.
King of Fighters,
Me,
dude.
Pat, and Kenny were like, yes.
I was the one playing King of Fighters while at EVO. I was excited.
Look, I forgot to sign up. By the time I wanted to sign up, it was too late.
Yeah. So we get to the venue, and immediately we're like, all right, let's get our passes, because the venue closed at 10, and we got there at like 9:45 or something like that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get our passes, because at least Pat and I had King of Fighters in the morning as soon as the doors basically open, it felt like. So it's like, cool, we need to get here and get out before tomorrow because the line's going to be absolutely stupid tomorrow, and I don't want to get up at 6 a.m. to get that. So we get our shit, get our water bottles. Very disappointed in the water bottles this year compared to last year. Only because I didn't have a thing that I could loop it around.
Kind of small.
Yeah, very small. And they didn't have water in the venue at all. You had to go out of the venue. It sucked.
Now, the only problem with that is that it was a very popular place. There's a very big amount of people there. So if you got out to go get water, you had to take at least 2 water bottles with you because you're generally not getting in. You're drinking a water bottle waiting for the line to get in.
It was very lengthy.
Yeah.
But we got our shit, and then everybody was like, well, we got to make it to the hotel. Adventure. I don't know where you guys went. I was like, I'm going to go check up here, just kind of look around.
Right, that situation.
I don't know what happened, and I never got the details, so I went up the escalator looking around because I knew that to the north, or to the, west-ish northwest was our hotel. It was down the road. We were on the road it was basically on if you just leave the most northern part of the venue. So I was trying to find the most northern exit from the venue. So I just went upstairs to look around. And then eventually found elevators, realized because there was no way I could go. But if I looked down, the path kept going. So I just went in this elevator, got out of the elevator, kept going straight, and then found doors. And you could just see the hotel from the doors. And I was like, oh, all right. So I snapped a picture and I sent it to the group. And I have no idea where you guys went. In fact, you guys would have beat me there if you just kept going straight. So I just went to the hotel, just left everybody.
You know what we did? We gave up.
What?
We found chairs, we sat down, we discussed things, and at that point we saw that you pinged the chat, and we're like, oh, right, Devin's trying to find the hotel. And then we left.
So did you go out those doors, or did you go out the way you came?
We went out those doors.
Okay.
Like, we essentially went around the venue. You know how, trying to describe it. We went out the doors right beside where the arena would be, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we did take your instructions to heart. But before we got the screenshot, we were kind of like, dude, where the fuck did Devin go?
Were you sitting in the food court?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the elevator skipped the food court.
So you were describing details, I'm pretty sure, in text, and the people that were like with me, I trusted them to know where they were going, because I didn't even know the name of the hotel we were going to.
You were already up for well over 24 hours.
Yeah, so I was just kind of vibing, and they were discussing like, so where did Devin go? Where did that man did he get swallowed up by the building? Like, he's talking about elevators and escalators and shit. Like, where
you saw me go up an escalator.
Yeah, but we didn't see you go down or like take it. Like, we were very confused, and then we got the screenshot, or the screenshot,
the picture of the hotel,
picture,
yeah.
And then we're like, okay, we can wander. What direction? And then like cardinal directions were mentioned, and we finally were like, oh, well, where's the hotel? We turned the corner, we saw Circus,
yeah,
in big bold letters, in bright ass lights, and we're like,
and a clown,
and a clown. And we're like, oh, that's where they are. Oh, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
I think we know where our hotel is. So then we walked. Sarah was very excited. She wanted to take pictures.
Yeah. The other half of our group, we got split up at the airport, and we can only fit so many. We fit exactly the amount of people we split up with into the Uber to that place. So we met up with everybody else that we completely abandoned. And made our way, because yes, other folks needed to grab luggage that they checked, and surprise, they lost it. And nice. By they, I mean the airport. So eventually, we all met up at Circus. I was tired. You were basically walking unconscious.
I'm very resilient until you lay me down.
Yeah.
We'll
get to that. That was funny.
I do not remember that. We were having a conversation, and then conversation ended. We were laying down. It was sleepy time, and apparently, I died.
So we met up with everybody. We got the place. It had humans. It had humans that could have checked people in so much faster, but they're like, nope, here's some machines for you. And poor Kenny had to deal with this goddamn slow machine that just took forever. It needed to scan a bunch of things, and it wouldn't scan the first time, and it wouldn't check in. Like, it was just a bunch of shit. And we're like, we can't do anything because it's a one-person machine. So we're all just standing around a semicircle watching this guy work on this busted ass machine that's glowing big LED RGB at us.
Yeah, that RPG was a little excessive. We were also heckling him, I'm pretty sure. So
I started, and then I was like, we're all tired. He's probably gonna get angry if we heckle. And he's already looking frustrated at this. I'm gonna be quiet. Everybody else was like, "Ooh, what if Devin was a fish guy or whatever?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah, me and Steve were a little unhinged. We were like, so is Devin a fish guy or a lizard guy?
Yeah, they finally settled on, I'm the lizard that runs really fast over the top of the water, which, cool.
Yeah, you know what? If you could be any lizard, it's either like, yeah, I'm a Komodo dragon, I'm going to eat a dog whole, or like, I'm one of those fucking water walking guys.
I'm definitely more water walking pilled than anything.
Yeah, I don't think you can take an entire dog all at once.
You're right.
Even the small ones. Like,
that's a couple days course. So anyway, we finally get up there, and we get into the hotel, and all of us are like, fuck, we are thirsty. We've got these new fancy water bottles. Let's see if the water's potable.
Oh, right. And then I described the water as vacuous.
we all like, you're like, there's something missing in this water. And we all started drinking. It's like, this is empty water. This is hollow water. This is vacuous water.
I was laughed at, and then vacuous was adopted.
Yeah. Like, we didn't understand until we all, like, you went in, this water's wrong. Steve went in, this water's not, this hollow. And I went in, it's like, this water's just fucked up. What is going on here? And we all decided vacuous was the best way to describe this water. It did not feel like you were being hydrated. It just felt like a substance was going in your body, and then you don't have memory of the substance unless you look at the water bottle and goes, this is lower than it was.
I can't describe how you remove the essence of water from water, but there you go.
They took one of the O's. It only has the one O. It's dihydrogen. I'm an idiot.
No, that's how you take the H, whatever. The mental image of you opening the tap water, drinking. Goes, wait a minute! No!
Oh my god! This is the fucking the atom split. Oh Christ!
Anyway, the water there was not great. We went to Walgreens right after.
Yeah, so Chris, myself, and Morgan, Ethan's other half, were like, fuck this, we're going to Walgreens. Morgan had a hike at 5 a.m. or something, so they were going to grab some sunscreen, and we just wanted fluids. So we just got a bunch of Gatorade and some water, and I wanted to find a Cool Ron. There was no Cool Rons. I thought it was a Cool Ron. It's the Ron we already have. I was so mad.
You could have asked a few people to see if they were named Ron, like the coolest guy. Yo, I need this right now. What's your name? Please say it's Ron.
Here, take this room key. Meet me.
There might be like 3 other people there, but we can just ask him to scooch over. It's fine.
Anyway, we got back. We throw things down. We all just decide, all right, beddy bye time, because it is now like it was like 2 or 3 o'clock our time in the morning.
Yeah.
And so like, fuck it, let's go to bed. It was like 11-ish their time. And we all snuggle in. I was sharing a bed with Steve. You were sharing a bed with Kenny, and we were all chit chatting about something. And you were saying something, and then just it went quiet, and then we were all like waiting for the sentence to end, and then we just hear heavy breathing, and then we go, "Holy fuck!"
My man died. He died mid-sentence, dude.
I mean, being fair, you were up for 20, 30 hours, I think, at that point.
Probably 30 hours.
At least
10
30
a.m.
hours.
to 2 o'clock our time.
3 o'clock our time, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and give yourself an hour to probably wake up and do things before work or whatever.
PM, actually, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah, like, good lord.
Oh, no, my current schedule right now is I wake up somewhere between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and whatever time I wake up, I either sit in bed and play my gacha, because it resets at 4.
Of course.
Or I actually get up and, like, clean, and then I play my gacha, and then...
Because it resets at 4.
It resets at 4. Listen, those anime girls are not going to fucking run through the storyline themselves.
You're so right.
Yeah.
So then day 1 happens.
Mm-hmm.
We all get up. We all take our showers. We all head to the venue. Other people head there to go grab their passes because they were later. But we sat down pretty much for like, I'd say a couple doors down from the main, but we were pretty goddamn close to the front of it.
We were pretty keen on that. Like, every time we woke up, it was around 5:30 Vegas time, and the doors open at, like, what, 10?
Yeah, the actual venue opened up at 10, and then, the venue opened up at 8.
8?
because the first bracket
Oh,
was a
right,
10.
right. Yeah. Okay, we didn't wait that long. Yeah.
And we sat down probably around 7ish or whatever, and then we cracked open Steve's laptop and we started playing Windjammers because Windjammers fucking rules. And then we ended up getting Tekken to work, kind of, or no, we Street Fighter.
It was
Street Fighter,
Yeah, Streets was acting a little sus.
Yeah, so things were broken, so we just defaulted to Windjammers for the time being.
Oh.
And people were very hyped the fact that we were playing Windjammers when they walked by, like, "Oh fuck, is that Windjammers?" Like, hell yeah, it is.
Look, fighting game players know one thing is that Windjammers is a fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
It's that Melty Blood gets played in the bathroom,
Yep.
and Windjammers is a fighting game.
It is a fighter. And anything happened in the line?
Not really. We did the cheer. We made fun of the amount of cheers that we're going, like the cheer lines we're going to be having.
We're trying to over-under how many cheers they're going to try and force out of us.
I can't remember what the number was at the time. I didn't particularly care.
So then we got into the venue, and the first thing we did was sit down at the City of Wolves, and I won myself a nice shiny button by beating my friends.
I beat Nathan, and then the guy who was up next after Nathan was talking so much about how this version of City of the Wolves is different from KOF and even the previous Wolves game, that I knew immediately that I was going to fucking die. And then I died.
Man's played this game a lot. Yeah,
I didn't even know where my super meter was. They kept calling it, like, SNK games, love them. I adore them. They call their super meters really, really stupid names.
And they give you 5 of them.
Yeah, like, I did not know if this was used to EX or this was specifically used for a defensive option. Both, yes.
So yeah, I was technically the first person to sit down and play that version to the public.
Yeah, that's tight.
Steve and I got to play, and then I played Kenny and won myself a Rock Howard button.
I'm very excited for that game. It's gonna be good.
Press my button. But yeah, I got an actual like arcade button that can go into a fight stick that has Rock Howard on it, which is fucking cool.
Unfortunately, you're like a hitbox slash snack box like enjoyer.
Snack box enjoyer, so it just uses keyboard caps instead of arcade buttons. But this is mine, and I have it, and I love it.
Nice.
And
I kind of wish we immediately jumped into 2K or 2XKO, but maybe because I didn't know they had the gachapon.
There was the gachapon. We didn't do that until day 2, didn't we?
No, we we're too late. We could have gotten like 3 or 4 pulls of that gachapon.
Probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, we skipped that. We did MVC. Nathan and I played some Marvel's Capcom 2. And that was fun.
I can't remember. I trolled Artist Alley. Like I wanted to buy some enamel pins and whatever.
And then I went to go play KOF. And I don't know what you guys did.
I browsed Artist Alley with somebody, and I can't remember who it was. But every single time I left Artist Alley, someone came up to me and went, "Wait! You have to go buy this." I'm like, "Why?" Because it's up your alley. And then the "Don't chain grab me or I'll come" shirt was up.
Yep.
And I said at that point when I saw that shirt, that magnificent shirt, that if I made day 2, I'll go back and buy it.
That's true. That is true.
And you know what? There were some sick shirts there. I could have bought a Neko Arc shirt. I could have bought a shirt that's related to fighting games at that very stand. But I bought the "Don't chain grab me, I'll come" shirt.
I went back to go find the Daddy's Little Drunkest Driver shirt for me. Couldn't find them.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think they packed up. Like I can't remember. Like there were a few shops there that like were there just for the day.
Yeah. So
which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, because Sunday was the day I kind of did some perusal. I was very sad that I couldn't find that. Or what's the pipe bomb one that they had?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I heard pipe bombs or some shit.
So my pool's very uninteresting. Except I say they're uninteresting, but every single pool had a little bit of spice to it.
Okay, all right.
So my very first Street Fighter game that I had on day 1, and I went 0-2 on both games that weren't Tekken. I had someone who did not speak English. It was surely just like a Spanish-speaking player, which is fine, obviously. But the thing about the Spanish-speaking player was that every time I got cooked in a combo, he had an entire band behind him yelling in Spanish that I just got cooked. I could not understand the language, but they were cheering, and honestly, I was into it. I was like, man, this guy's fucking cool. Looks at my opponent as I'm getting killed.
You just put the controller down and join the guys in the back.
Pretty much that. Yeah, like it was an experience of like I had my very first this is either their first event or they're popular where they're from, and they're finally at EVO. This was their like thing.
Yeah.
So they had a friend group cheer them on, and I'm like, fuck, I wish my friends were that cool.
Yeah, all of us are like, in the competitive zone, we're mostly like, all right, let him focus. Let's be quiet.
Oh, yeah, no, we were very, like, sit there, respectful. Like, if there needed to be coaching or, like, calming down, we'd go up and, like, yeah, okay.
Very, very gently, like, hey, this guy doesn't block low, and he does this a lot, so.
But the Spanish-speaking Street Fighter players, whenever that fucking Blanca got me with a coward crouch, they were like, hey! And I'm like, yes! I'm getting killed! Fuck yeah!
Oh, Christ.
And then I should have won against the Ryu player after, but here we are. And then my Guilty Gear pool, every opponent I've had has not played this game in months. We remembered on our last game, which we didn't know if it was first the 2 or first the 3.
I was there for that one, because I had to tell you guys how to fucking finish the game. Both from Canada. This guy was a Texas expat too, so he moved to Canadian expat to Texas, unfortunately.
Worst part is he recognized my screen name, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm the right guy, but I don't actually know your screen name either. So it could be. We could have met at Kings of Heli or some shit. Like, but yeah, at the end of those sets, we're like, oh yeah, Roman Cancel exists. And Roman Cancel, I don't know if you know Guilty Gear, is pretty important.
It's an important button.
And then my second opponent played Leo. Won.
Oh, yeah.
And then I beat him, and then he switched characters, and I beat him, and then he switched to Leo again. And then he beat me. Went to the... Hold on. I need to know, because he tried to switch his character so many fucking times in that set.
Yeah.
It was 3-2. So I won twice, and he swapped to a character that could beat my Biken. Didn't beat the Biken, went back to the character he won one game with, and then absolutely, like, it was close. I could have killed him. I wanted to. If there was ever a man that I wanted to go 3-2 with so that I could knock him out of losers, is that one guy who switched characters every single time he lost.
It was a good bit.
It was a good bit. Honestly, I kind of respect it. But... And then, yeah, Tekken was... I think I just kept day one to a lot of people.
Good.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Except for Rip, but that's understandable.
Yeah, you were going to lose that, unfortunately.
I played the Aussie Mirror on game 3.
I watched that. Good fucking lord.
We just forgot all of our frame data because I was like, oh yeah, I could launch that. I mean, like, while he's on the ground, fist up from the fucking -23 on block launching move. And I'm like, I could literally do anything you want. You know what I fucking did? I backed up because I was scared. I was intimidated.
I walked over and started watching the match when both of you jumped for each other's toes at the same fucking time.
Yeah, that was a fucking mess.
And then you're like, no, I'm doubling down on this, and went for the toes again and got them. I walked over at the best, worst part of your gameplay, I think, that weekend.
I don't know what happened when I switched to silly little guy mode, but it was violent.
Oh my god. And you were giving me heart attacks. I think that was like, it went to final round or some shit, and you're just silly guy mode. I was like, no!
You have to get your Chipotle! And then my day 2 opponent, honestly just didn't block. If I was more brave and I didn't respect that fucking Reina player, I would have murdered her. Every game was... I think they got me on the first game 3-1. But they... Like, they just... I just caught on that they didn't block, so I could have killed them if I was more brave, I think. Fear... I guess Fear Mind Killer, but that was literally just... this Reina player is unafraid of me, and I kind of wanted the win. And I know those two aren't really mutually exclusive, but my gameplay was fucking atrocious. And even Kenny came up to me and was like, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. And the lines just weren't there. Like, that opponent definitely could have killed. Like, in another reality where I just kind of picked up that I could do whatever I want. As opposed to just respecting him of like, oh, they're going to do the strings and I'm going to like grab him during the fucking, like when I know I can grab him. And as it turns out, I missed the grab and I got fucking died.
No.
But, yeah. No, they literally did, they did the same string twice. The first time I grabbed it, and then later on in the set, they did the exact same thing. And my brain said, you can grab him here. And then about 5 frames later, I pressed grab and this kills the beard.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. No, I fucked up there. That was not my best play. So 3-1 I went. Or 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah. 3-1 and then I just dropped.
Yeah. What place did that put you in?
Like 750 or whatever.
Out of 4,651 competitors. That's pretty fucking cool.
I'm mad about losing to the arena. I feel like I needed a best of 10 instead of the tournament standard.
Yeah.
But I can't be mad at the placing. I was very happy that I kept the silly little arena player.
Yeah.
Or not the silly little Aussie player. And what my proudest moment is I played against an Alyssa and I'm like, I'm learning Alyssa. I know that's bullshit. And then I just killed her. Like that's actual Tekken application that I did. And then the Azuzina player transformed me into a silly little gremlin.
He did silly little gremlin.
We had a good time. We both knew what was up.
Yeah, for my day, it was day one was King of Fighters. I started talking to a random person that was around the pools. Turns out it's my first round opponent, so I was like, all right, cool, chum chum, blah blah blah, chit chat, yada yada. We go to sit down, and whoever was sitting there before left a perfect sweaty imprint of their balls.
So you were locked in. Your balls were warmed up.
He was cocked in for sure, and I was not.
I wish I could be as taut as that guy when I'm playing a fighting game.
So those wipes that are on the table right there that we're recording with, forgot those.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, thankfully my opponent was like, here's an alcohol swab. That's fucking repulsive. So she handed me that, and I was like, thank you. Got rid of the ball sweat. Sat down. She obliterated me. Fucking killed me, dude.
You should have paid attention to who was playing there, because you might have been able to absorb their power.
I should have just left the ball sweat.
I think I would have thrown her off her game if she noticed and you noticed and you just sat down anyway.
Stared at her and just slowly sat.
That would throw me off my game.
So I got trounced, beat the next guy, lost the last one. That guy actually played the game, but actually it was very close, despite the fact that I did get trounced by the first lady who was like, I have not played this game very much. We both didn't really know what was going on, but she clocked what was going on a little bit faster than I did. So by game 3, I kind of figured out, oh yeah, these are my things that I do, and I could have definitely killed the guy. Like, the dude knew his combos, but he didn't really know safe or block certain things. So I just kept getting through with like minimal damage, but I still kept chipping away at him. So it was like last character every time. And I was like, God damn, so I lost that. Out of King of Fighters, I don't care. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for Tekken. So then I had to go over to Guilty Gear. And oh boy, I would silly little guy mode. I played Elfelt, who is a metal singer chick lady in this version now, and I love her, and she is my new wife. And got completely trounced.
I don't think you have a choice. I think you're her husband, whether you like it or not.
I think that is I'm fine with this. And I got trounced. Then I beat the next guy with silly little pill mode. I went full health, goblin, gremlin, just absolutely would not relent on this guy who had no idea how to block any of my bullshit. And I just kept going, here, handle my bullshit, handle my chainsaw lollipop, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, please stop. And the friend behind him was like, dude, he's getting fucking cool.
All right, so the one experience that I had there, I was watching all the people going like, ooh, whenever something like mildly exciting happened when their friend is in mortal peril. Like, you can feel like they want to jump in and take the bullet there. Yeah.
So, beat another guy. I got beat by my next opponent, and then I went back to character select, and then swapped controllers to play Axel, which really fucked him up. Because I just packed away my my Hot 42 and pulled out a 360 pad and plugged it into the PS5 and went, all right, let's go. And then I beat that.
You're a menace.
And then I lost my next one, so I 2-2'd Guilty Gear.
You made an impression on that guy.
Oh, yeah. I O2'd Streets. My opponents were very chummy with that. Both of them came down to last game, last interaction, and we were both sweating and gritting our teeth and like jumping around in the seat, like, don't you fucking dare, don't you DI me.
That's fucking tight. I love that.
Both of us were screaming at each other basically by the end of it, because it was a Zangief, and if he touched me once, I was dead. But if he fucked up anything, I was going in on his ass with a level 3.
I don't know if it says anything about me as a competitive or semi-competitive player, but if I'm on stage, I'm doing that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Imagine being on stage and me and my opponent were just like, no, you fuck up. No, you fuck up.
Pretty much.
You better not fucking win, see?
It was so good. Actually, Street Fighter was the last thing I did, but at that point I already played my Tekken sets, which I'll get to now because that's the highlight of my whole fucking weekend.
Yeah, you did well on those.
Yeah, first round I was an Asuka who was so unimpressive to me that I forgot that it wasn't Asuka until Steve said, "Yeah, you fought Asuka." So I do remember that one being a very easy trounce.
Dude, that Asuka player is a fucking insect to Devin.
And if you're watching this, you were lovely, I'm sure. My second opponent
But I will press my thumb under your skull and crush you.
Oh, yeah, I will put bamboo shoots under your fingernails. How dare you try and play this video game against me?
You best hope I keep forgetting you.
My second opponent was an Eddie. And my secondary character is an Eddie. And this was a guy with a entourage behind him and everything. And I put headphones on or something. And I picked a Leroy. And I misheard what somebody said. So I turned around and was like, oh, we got Leroy fans? And it was just dead silence. I'm like, okay. And he, the first game beats me 0-3. And I just sit there for a second. I just put the controller down and I look. And like his friends are like, ooh, behind. And I can hear them. And I'm like, I'm just thinking like through the game, like what kind of Eddie player this guy is. And I was like, okay, he does this when he does that. He does that when he does this. I like to do this, so I expect him to do this, even though I didn't see him throw it out. But if he does, I expect him to do this.
Yeah.
I 3-0-3-0 him on the back. I got 2 perfects. I completely embarrassed this guy in front of his friends the back 2 games. And he's like, oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
But during that, he hit rematch, and when it comes to Tekken, you're supposed to select the stage, so you randomize the stage each round, even like win or loss or whatever. But he hit rematch, and it took 5 minutes. It took longer to reset the match than it would have just to play the match because he didn't understand. Hold forward, we have to go back and change the stage select. He's like, what do you mean? And I was like, ask the TO. I'm holding forward, just punch me to death. And he's like grabbing me and putting me on the ground, like hard knockdowns. And then he just stops. And then he's like, what's going on here? I gotta ask the tournament organizer. And the tournament, like, what do you mean you have to ask me? You should know this by now. You have to select the stage.
Does one of your entourage, can they tell you?
Yeah. And like nobody's helping him. I'm the only one that says, you have to hold forward. We need to reset and select the new stage. So we finally get to do that, and then I beat him in the next stage too. At that point, I was 2-0. If I win one more, I'm in the day 2. I get my Chipotle. Fuck yeah. And then Steve comes over, one of our guys, and was like, yeah, I think the guy in the black shirt came over, and I think your match might be streamed. And I was like, what? No.
First of all, tight. Win or lose, tight. Because everyone gets to see it. You're on stage. You're on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on EVO's official feed. My name is up there. Scotian Punish is read aloud, and people, like the announcers, loved the name.
Oh, excellent. I'd actually hear much of the commentary besides when you stared deadpan into the camera.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I put that here. But yeah, I sit down, and I did not realize who my opponent was. It didn't click to me for some reason. Her name is SK. She is an Overwatch streamer. She was part of SageAm's
SummerSlam.
Yeah, the SageAm nonsense. Part of Team FeedX, coached by FeedX, person we all kind of enjoy the content of. I was like, I went over to her after the fact. It's like, I didn't realize who you were. Thank you for the games. Like, I was more in the zone, but yeah, we get on stage and I body her the first round. Round 2, I'm getting silly little guy mode. Round 3, I was like, all right, we gotta fucking lock it. And then body her again. Felt really good about that. Dropped my combo so many times. Like, as soon as I sat down, all the moisture in my mouth just disappeared. Yeah. She was more panicked than I was. I'm like, you have like 100,000 followers and shit. Like, you're an actual streamer with an audience. I'm just a funny little content boy. And I'm doing fine. I mean, I've been on stage with Whose Line Is It anyway, so I'm kind of okay being in the public eye. I'm still going to get nervous. I'm still going to drop my combos, but I'm not going to freak out.
Look, every time I see Leroy on screen, I get a little sweaty too. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Grandmaster of Drip.
Dude, he's handsome.
He's good.
If he asked me to kiss him, I would.
There you go.
If he asked me the pet sugar, I would.
The kiss reveals the fighter.
Ooh. A mighty one over here.
You're going out with something to show for it. Anyway, yeah, I beat her on stream. I did a little fun. I'm on stream. Look at me, Dad. Who's never gonna look at this? He's in jail. And
dude, what if he's in prison right now? He just tunes in the EVO because he just happens to be in fighting games. And goes, is that my boy?
Who's never seen me before?
I get the feeling that that's my boy.
I feel a sudden kinship. Shut up.
Look at that mug.
Yeah. So then I go back, report, get my Chipotle, and go, fuck yeah. And then day 2, I lost finally the first time to Claudio. I've got nothing to really report there. I was just not in the zone. My next game was a Jun, which I completely bodied. Dude scammed his way into day 2 or something because
Jun is a scam character.
Yeah. So they were as qualified to play as the Oscar player from the first day, I'm pretty sure. So beat them, and then the last one was Harang. That just absolutely trounced me because I just went into flowchart mode and my brain turned off.
Yeah, Harang requires thought.
I didn't care at that point. I day 2'd. I did what I wanted. And that was day 1, and then also a little bit of day 2.
Day 2, me and Steve, after my match, we went to play Kisoge. And that is all we did. We played so many dumbass anime fighters. There's a surprising amount of fighters out there in which you pick a waifu character and then your assist, for some reason, 90% of them are lolis.
Yep.
You get a support loli. You pick her out of your pocket and you go, what do I do? And she just goes like, fucking kill the guy. I don't know. And that, if we could actually suss out how to do that, because a lot of it was native Japanese. So any sort of instruction that we could have had, we just, one, didn't pay attention to, and B, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
Kasuke is a lot of fun. We played a lot of variety of games. Favorite one was there was just in this magical girl fighting game, there was just a housewife style individual,
okay,
where she was just in an apron and she had like a little bit of a witch book going on. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I'm picking her, obviously. And then she just pulls out with the fucking eldritch horrors, and I'm like, oh, I made a good choice picking her. Like, literally just takes out a book. She could take out a book, spend EX while the book is in the air to summon something.
Okay.
And every button is something different. Like, I kept accidentally like putting out Archer. Yeah, actual just Archer, and it aimed at you too.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah, no fucking chill on that game. But I really liked it because every time you did a special move, you can spend EX to do something special. Like, I think Steve was playing some sword lady, and her special move, if she did anything out of anything out of a special move was like, depending on the button, you could just do a follow-up slash and be kind of a cool little anime fighter type of deal. Mm-hmm. I think it's a cute idea. But also, it was a fucking mess, so.
Fair. And yeah, I think I ran around, did a couple of the other moves. I know I did 2x KO because I got my little, what's this, little Yasuo? Yeah, it's a Yasuo here. But when I put my gacha coin in after playing, by the way, mid play, my fucking ball top came off.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's like, what the fuck? And also, I could, like any good League of Legends player, blame the fuck out of my teammate who was this rando who didn't know what the fuck was going on. She died, and then I jumped in and I killed both of your asses. I was like, hell yeah, look at me, I'm a fucking god. And then, like, she could not do anything. And I was like, I gotta solo these boys myself.
As it turns out, air fireballs are really hard for a League player to deal with. I can tell, I can see why Ari is so popular.
Yeah.
Air fireballs.
But my gacha broke, and I ended up getting 2 gacha coins.
Oh, nice,
so
nice.
I got Yasuo and Darius. Or is he? He's over there. He's on the lanyard.
I had an Alawi, which I would have been very happy with, but Nathan loved the girl, so
okay.
I traded equally as good for an Ari pin.
There you go.
I was happy with both results, so Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Yasuo, so if anybody wants to buy a Yasuo pin.
If anyone wants to, I will pay you to destroy the Yasuo.
I was gonna win wall, can't.
Oh no, fuck! OP character.
I think we just kind of like wandered around the rest of the day. I don't really remember much.
A lot of day 2 was how many games can we go into day 2, which I think you obviously went 2 or 3. Yeah, because you were in winners. Yeah. So you placed really well. Kenny was tryharding, of course, but he was there to compete, so that's absolutely fair. I wanted to see him go further than he did, but
yeah, I ended up 385th place. Was it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
385th out of 4,651.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Top 10 percentile.
Hell yeah. But Kenny's opponent.
Oh right,
so,
yeah.
in Tekken, his character has a move. It's called While Running 2. He runs up to you. He smashes you in the face. If you're trying to throw something out and he counter hits you, it's just pure damage. It's a really good move. It's sidesteppable. And like if you have half a brain, which we don't, you can get around it relatively fine. This guy could not. He got trounced. Because every While Running 2 that Kenny did, it connected, basically. Dude just got free damage for doing one of Dragunov's best moves in the game over and over and over again.
At the end of the set.
Mid-set, by the way, I did walk up to Kenny and say, you're doing great, you're fantastic, you're beautiful, you're hydrated, kick his ass, love you.
Oh, you did some non-coaching.
yeah, I gave him some non-coaching, which I think helped piss off his opponent a little bit more.
I know, that guy deserved it. That guy, Guilty Gear player, leaned in and is like, you can't get away with doing While Running 2 on a lot of characters. And Kenny just looks over at him and goes, yeah, I know.
He said, don't do While Running 2 against the rest of your opponents today or something like that. And he's like, I 2-0'd you. Or don't do that many While Running 2s against anybody else. And it's like, yeah, well, I 2-0'd you or something like that. And then he 2-0'd you, good luck in your Guilty Gear bracket.
That's the most scathing thing I think I've heard from the guy.
And then he went and we checked his name after he lost his Guilty Gear bracket real bad.
Got fucking phased out, dude. Jesus Christ, yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. Honestly, the little interactions there were 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Way worth paying over $200 to go.
It was definitely not cheap, but my God, was it fun.
Yeah. And then day 2 was our Chipotle pilgrimage.
Yeah, we did a Chipotle pilgrimage. Jesus Christ, it was
one of those situations where we walked there and Ubered back.
Yep. We walked most of the way there and went, oh, we have to be there by now, because other compatriots in our group went and got Chipotle, and they said, oh, is that a mall nearby? And we were staring at a mall nearby, and it's the wrong mall nearby. It's the other mall nearby, and we had to walk 2 more blocks in 45-degree heat.
Yeah, it was a heat wave.
It was a blustery day, and by blustery I mean blistery, because owie. And we got in there and still had to do a pilgrimage through the entire goddamn mall to find Chipotle. We did.
Could have done research, but here we are.
We got our Chipotle. We had our Chipotle. I tried to find random weird things to eat at one of the convenience stores in there. I
regret not buying the tuna jerky, because that sounds amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the tuna jerky.
It was right beside the jerky.
What?
Yeah, I know. I pointed it out to, I think, everyone nearby. I was like, oh, I kind of want tuna jerky, but it was priced like jerky, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. Also, I didn't know how the Chipotle was going to work out, and we wanted to watch some uni, so.
Yeah, so we headed back, and then we farted around a little bit, and then we went to the uni finals. We got in after the Mortal Kombat one, right?
Mortal Kombat was empty to begin with.
Yeah.
And half the people left. Half the people were there for Mortal Kombat. They didn't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah.
Which, granted, Sonic Fox is there, so they're probably specifically Sonic Fox fans.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they won, they left, and then everyone piled in for Uni too.
Yeah. And that was a fantastic time. I loved watching Uni.
I've not really watched too much Uni, but oh my God, Uni fans love their fucking game.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
We were chanting with the crowd. We're trying to get other chants going.
We were addicted to, who was Goo Man? It was like Ooey Gooey, like Oreo or whatever the fuck. He was named after a cookie.
Yeah, something like that.
And then
Snickers or something.
Ooey Gooey Snickers. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I think it was. I mean, by all means, you could probably look them up, but
yeah.
We just kept going, look, our Goo Boy.
We kept because there was something where he just put like a plotch on the ground or like set mines around. And
Oh yeah,
every
it's
time,
Carmine. Yeah.
yeah, Carmine, that's what it was. And every time we would put something on the ground, we'd be like, goo, goo, goo. And then the other one was playing, what's the name? What's the gun lady's name?
Oh, I wanted to say Elsfeld. That's the other.
That's the other one
in another game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly am drawing a blank. It's the only actual pistol lady in that game.
Yeah.
It's fake Sion.
Yeah. Yeah. The Sion of Uni. But yeah, her thing was she would do multiple suplexes and then the entire crowd would go, hey, reload!
Yeah.
Because she has a gun, so she would reload when your opponent's knocked down on the ground after a super. So we almost lost our voice just cheering for Uni because it was wild.
Here's the thing about Uni is like, I didn't expect that super to be as brutal as it was. Like, that motherfucker took your neck by the legs and slammed you down 5 times. And you have characters that freeze you in fucking blood ice and plant bombs underneath of you. And then what pulled the crowd was this fucking one woman who decided, you know what? Your neck, my thighs, we're in. And then fucking murders you.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was after that? What did we do? I think Steve and I went to go find snackies. Because then we ended up coming back after for the rest of the top sixers for Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, Tekken.
Yep.
So yeah, Steve and I went out.
Day 3 was a blur. Day 3, like the end of day 2, we kind of went because we were tired. We left.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Oh, we ate pizza.
Yep, we did eat. We ordered a big old sheet pizza.
Yeah. That was a good time. Honestly, that was mostly like a recovery period after the absolute screaming of Uni 2. And then, yeah, we missed out on whatever the first game was on the docket. And then we stayed for...
BlazBlue. Did not care about BlazBlue.
Neither did... we got good seats, and neither did anyone else. And, yeah, we freaked out on the other top sixers, which was fantastic. Yeah. Again, the crowd was amazing. The guys behind us made fun of the guy trying to bring back BB Tag for some reason.
Oh, yeah. We kept...
Bring back BB Tag! And then he left. He was just gone. So, of course, we decided to pick him up, obviously.
Yeah, the guys behind us were basically, if our group was copy and pasted and just like, we're from a different town. You know, in like cartoons when there's a friend group and then there's the opposite, for like, you've got the exact same friend group that's in a town over and you see them in the background sometimes, or like they interact, but like not quite. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
You lasso tooled us, and then you control you and shifted to Q.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, no, they were a good time. We ended up like bunking with a few cool people there.
Yeah, we saw one guy had a wrestling shirt on, so Steve and I latched onto that. And that's right, in the top 24 while we were watching that sitting down, Alex Jabali walked over and we just started chit-chatting with Alex fucking Jabali. Turns out he's from Halifax.
Yeah, nice guy too.
Fucking great. Yeah, he was like, oh, everybody's here wanting to talk about fighting games and stuff. And then I mentioned, like, loved your match with Nakazawa, and he's like, fuck yeah, we're talking wrestling, let's go.
Talking about Kenny Omega, let's talk about...
Yeah. So instead of, like, watching the top 24, he's like, fuck yeah, we're talking wrestling, let's go. He loved it. He was more excited about that than the fighting games at that point.
You made that guy's day.
I think that guy was very happy to talk about something that wasn't fighting games or CEO or whatever that he does.
Bless him.
Top 6 for... Guilty Gear. The guys filing behind us, and like you got the guys screaming, "Bring back Tag!" And it's like, no, shut up. And then eventually, like 2 games later, I scream, "Bring back BB Tag!"
Yeah, like, we that went over on our little section. Yeah, the guys behind us picked it up. Was like, yeah, we can't bring back BB
Tag. we booed the guy only to bring it back and cheer it later.
It's really funny.
Yeah, those guys were very good at taking the piss. Yeah, I know it, and like the place filled up so fucking crazily that we actually had to send people on a mission to bring other people back to their seats. Like Nathan went and visited other things, did shit, and then came back, and we had to literally send out a party to grab him. And like pictures of an empty seat that were for him were not good enough to suffice. The security was not letting through anybody until they got pissed off enough that just said, just tell your buddy to raise his hand. And so he did. So he smuggled Nathan into the actual finals.
Yeah, that, you did not leave the venue after that.
No.
They were not prepared. It was a new convention center and like a few people were discussing it. We were just at capacity and people wanted to come in.
Yeah.
It was at the point where like, didn't one of the competitors needed to be flagged in?
Yes.
Yeah, because they couldn't get in because security wouldn't let them.
I think Arslan got like held up trying to go take a piss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before Tekken. Yeah, speaking of the going to the bathroom was like fighting Snake Way. Holy shit. It was wild. I missed 2 whole Guilty Gear matches.
See, my bathroom trip was I walked in just needing the piss, and then one guy noticed that no one was using the stalls. Did you know that stalls can be used for pee-pees as well?
You can pee-pees and poo-poos in stalls?
And then I'm pretty sure that was the only holdup too, is because like as soon as someone noticed, the line went obviously 3 times as quick.
God, yeah,
that was a mess.
Yeah.
That was definitely growing pains for that venue. Like the arena was pretty cool. It's just didn't really expect that level of EVO.
Yeah, like I don't know why they didn't look at last year's like the stadium last year was something you had to buy an extra ticket for if you wanted to go. If you didn't want to go, you didn't have to buy the ticket. Fantastic. This time it was included in the price, so you had access to the stadium venue. But this time it wasn't held in a stadium. It was just held in the other half of the venue. Like behind black curtains and stuff with a bunch of bleachers set up. That was not near the capacity of the stadium that they had in the first year, or the year I went. So I don't know why they didn't expect that level of... Because the stadium filled up last year. So like in a venue that's a third the size, you're gonna run out of space easy, especially when the price is folded into the ticket. So I think that was very silly. But I don't care. We got our seats, so fuck y'all got ours.
Yeah, we took advantage of being there for Blasby, the game that no one wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good timing. Good timing for Hull.
Yeah, and then we just could not leave. That was not recommended that anyone leave their seat.
No.
Hero person Sarah for getting us water and spending like 40 minutes doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we eventually saw the finals. We had a good time. If you want to watch, there's nothing to comment on the EVO finals. They were all streamed. Go watch EVO.
I feel like if you're into it and you're far enough along that we talked about finals, the storylines that were there were real fun. Guilty Gear, I don't think anyone sitting at our booth really knew what was happening in Guilty Gear as far as player storylines going, but holy fuck was the finals there were explosive. If you are vaguely interested in Guilty Gear, that top 6 is worth watching.
Every time the Asuka threw cubes, the entire crowd said cube.
Yeah.
But to the guy playing, he thought we were booing him.
Here's the thing about Asuka is he's always throwing cubes. So
boy be throwing cubes. So we're like, cube, cube. But when you have headphones on and you're on the stage and you're getting this whole cacophony behind you, all he hears is boo, 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 instead of cube, cube. So I feel bad, but like, he didn't win anyway, so.
I mean, go fuck himself.
Yeah. The Kill Husband storyline was great because the finals was Jacko and Soul Bad Guy and their husband-wife. And yeah, it was great.
That Jacko put everyone in the blender.
That was great.
She was that player was entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, and then it was Tekken and Street Fighter.
Yeah. We really should have caught the 3S finals. That was really
that was on Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another EVO moment kind of situation with that Hugo, which was fucking cool.
Yeah, it took that low tier all the way to the top, baby.
That Hugo player is such a weirdo, and I love them.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic. And then day 4 was, well, for me, it was get prepared and leave.
But Chris, wait.
Wait.
You gotta get off the fucking stairs.
Oh, I forgot about stairs, guys. So as we were walking, the story being we wanted to go get Denny's, and then we needed to wait a half an hour at Denny's, and then we ended up not getting Denny's. We waited a half an hour at McDonald's instead.
Yeah,
but besides that, when we went to Denny's, there was just a tour bus,
double-decker
tour bus that was like you could hear from the intercom, "Get off the stairs, please. Get off the stairs.
I can't move if you're on the stairs.
Please get off the stairs." And then when we left Denny's, "Get off the stairs. Please, sir, get off the stairs." And then that, you know me, I get a little bit of a brain worm in me. So we just...
You, me, and Steve all at the same time hearing this guy get off. No, it's going to ruin everyone's day.
So we were, the entire walk order hotel room was... get off the stairs jokes. Like, why are you on the stairs? I'm calling the police. Get off the stairs.
Police can't come because this guy won't get off the stairs.
You're blocking entry to the police to arrest you. Get off the stairs. And then like we looped it back as a psychological horror that he was on the stairs the whole time and some shit. Like we weaved storylines into the stairs guy.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody was abused by her chicanery.
Yeah, there was only 3 people happy in that entire group by the end of that, I think.
Yeah, and then we went back. I don't remember hanging out. I think we just like
it was literally like go time because you wanted to go to a Mega Mart and I didn't care.
Yeah, because like it was Betty by the time we got up. You went right to the airport basically. We all went to Omega Mart.
I had a fun time labbing Guilty Gear, but I feel like that game is not for me right now. So
fair, valid. I looked around at a bunch of stuff. Omega Mart's real fun. I got really no big comments on it because I could have probably spent another couple of hours there for sure, having a bunch of fun with a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of actually. I had a bunch of. So I got a card, that like little boop card there, and I have a bunch of things downloaded to it technically in my account, and I can go watch a bunch of videos. I just was like, I'm gonna download these and I'll see them later because I can see them on my phone. I'll go look at them later.
Yeah,
it's got some fucking cool shit in there.
Nice.
So I will. I've got it open on my phone whenever I find a moment that I want to look at them. Very fun, very interesting. You could solve mysteries. It was neat.
The airport time, that was like 5-6 hours or something. Like it was a long time we were sitting there.
Yeah. Well, our flight was 11:45 p.m. from Vegas. 3:45 a.m. for our time.
Yeah.
And we had to leave the hotel by 11. So I got tickets at 11:44 at Mega Mart. We spent a couple hours there. We found you at the airport, and then was like, "Cool. Guess we'll set up a little station." And boy, howdy!
Yeah,
if you build it, they will come.
There was a lot of people there. Even people that were just watching. Like I think there was no less than like 10 people there at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's Alaskan players. And so we got the story where that guy paid for EVO, but only paid for a spectator pass.
So unfortunate. Yeah, dude played a good Xiao Yu.
Yeah, no, fantastic player. He definitely would have day 2'd at the very least. Yeah.
Everybody was getting like trounced by him. I took one game off him, hooray! And then I was like, "Oh, my tummy hurts." And
I did too. That man did not know how to play against Azu.
Let me tell you, my tummy has hurt since that day. I have not felt good a single day since that day.
That's unfortunate,
right?
I've been sunshine and rainbows. I don't know if I'm just resilient or if your tum issues have just transcended to hellscape.
I am unwell.
But we had a good time. You talked a lot of the JoJo Bizarre Adventure, it sounded like.
I chatted with this guy about One Piece and JoJo and Shonen and Dragon Ball Z specifically is Shonen and like this game, that game. Dude has like, he's trying to get practicing on this character. And like, I was like, oh, you have like some misunderstanding about some things. So here's an explanation. And he's like, oh shit, that's really cool.
You made a friend.
I should do that some more. Yeah. Don't know what his username is. I gave him mine and it just fucked off. I've not seen a friends list.
Yeah, I killed him for like half an hour with Azu.
Yeah.
Like he could not take a game off me after a certain point.
Yeah, he was what, a Claudio?
Can't remember.
Yeah, either way.
Honestly, nice guy. Like,
very nice guy,
yeah.
Lovely. But off to Alaska you go.
Banished to Alaska.
But at one point I was like, boy howdy, my tummy hurts. I'm going to go to the washroom. And what the fuck did we hear over the system?
Yo, Dale Earnhardt Jr., let's go to exit or like fucking gate E8 or some shit.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. to gate E8 or some shit. You have a phone call. If I was not in such a state of horrible pain, I would have been like, Chris, we have to go.
Me and Kenny popped off. And when someone asked, yo, what's up with you and Dale Earnhardt Jr., I could not explain the joke because A, we were in an airport, and B, they were American.
Yep. Yeah. Because it has to do with 9/11.
Yeah, like, I was like, I wish I could tell you the joke, but I absolutely cannot. I cannot even explain the context because I would look like a fucking, A, a weirdo, and B, like, a person, like, I had to explain it, like, no, it's just an in-joke, don't worry about it. It's just that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is at the center of it. And also, he hit the second tower. Always didn't explain that part. But yeah, I just didn't want the possibility of a TSA agent me explaining that 9/11 and Dale Earnhardt Jr. for some reason is together in our minds.
Yeah. So
if I were more prepared, I would have immediately like got a Sharpie and said, Mr. Earnhardt Jr., could you please sign my fight stick? And that would be my favorite moment is Dale Earnhardt Jr., not associated with fighting games in any way. It's
Not
just a
one
Loot
bit.
Lads exclusive joke.
Yep.
Congratulations, I have a fight stick signed. Probably the only fighting game player that has a Dale Earnhardt Jr. signed fighting stick for no fucking reason besides this stupid fucking joke.
So fucking dumb. I'm very sad that I was feeling like shit because that would have been an adventure.
Yeah, I was hyped for you. I was like, I hope he heard that.
Oh, I sure fucking did. I might have been uncomfortable in pain, but boy, how did that put a smile on my face.
I kind of wish I was a little bit more in a sociable mood at the time. Really just sociable in general. I don't like going up to people because I have no goal if I just go up and say hi. So the conversation is literally just, hi, I acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Because we saw Lily Pichu, we saw FDX, Kaiser was playing sets everywhere.
Yeah.
Like the Kaiser is the guy that I learned Azucena from streams. So like that would have been a pretty poignant guy to talk to.
Kaiser walked basically right by us and I was like,
no, I'm uninterested. That's just a me thing. A, social phobia, and B, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't do well in any social situation unless there's a fucking goal. If we can talk about a fighting game or we were currently playing sets, I would be fine. But going up to someone and saying hi, and that's the end of the interaction. Don't know where to go from there. I acknowledge you. I hope you acknowledge me. We can go our separate ways. And I feel like that's just a wasted interaction.
Yeah. And like, Steve was getting selfies with people. I'm not a selfie guy. I don't give a shit. I'm not taking pictures of people. Like, they're fine with it. Cool. I don't care. But like, I mean, if Jabala's going to hang around and there's something that's like us little, I'll say, hey, I liked your match. And if it spurns anything, cool. If not, whatever.
Yeah, that Jabali interaction was like pinnacle. Hey, I know you. You're a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. And like, I went to go like say hi to FDX because my day two or my winning in on day two was against SK, the person that he coached. And so I was going to chat with SK a little bit longer. And then also, holy shit, FDX right there. I could say something to FDX. But they all kind of like made a circle. And I was like, all right, I'll just go.
I'm not a good social guy.
Yeah.
If I knew more about Rip, I feel as though again. I've noticed again. But I kind of wish I watched more competitive fighters as opposed to what I currently do watch, which is dumb as DSP shit, but whatever. Because I would have really liked to strike a conversation with Rip to see like how essentially just how his convention was going. And
He's a fun guy.
Maybe a little bit of context. Yeah, like I like Rip.
As a personality, he is one of my favorites when it comes to watching Tekken.
Yeah, and he was sitting beside me. He put on his headphones, which, people use audio for Tekken, so really not offended on that regard.
Yep.
But we stayed there and lingered for a bit, so I could have had a conversation with the guy. But at the same time, I'm a little sleepy. Good game, Rip. Fist bump. I hope your convention's going well. I have nothing to talk to you about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
I cannot just introduce you to one of our in-jokes, because then I'm the weirdo.
So, yeah, day 4, we got back up on going plane. After
got up and gone left.
Going plane, gone left. Oh, luggage did show up for Nathan and Morgan eventually, which was nice.
Big happy ending. And then they immediately fucking put a cinnamon roll or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Big old plush.
Big old plush in it.
Yeah.
Blessed.
And then we got, was there anything? We landed in Toronto. I was a grumpy little gal when I got there.
I
was not feeling well.
You were absurdly, you had the aura of someone who like if you died then you would haunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't lashing out, but you knew that I wasn't even like cranky. I was just like exasperated to the point of like, leave me alone because I have the capacity to stab. And it's not going to be an eager stab. It's just going to be like, all right, knife.
I was mad chilling. I was having a good time at the airport there. Had a good time on the first flight because, again, no one showed up in my fucking... Actually, no. Someone did show up, but the row behind me was empty. So the couple left. So I had another empty road all to myself.
And that's where I fucked up, because I should have joined your row.
Absolutely. I don't know why you didn't.
Because, I mean, I was already tired and cranky and exhausted at that point, but, like, the people behind me, every so often, when I would, like, get to sleep, the dude would readjust himself by grabbing onto my seat to pull himself up or adjust himself.
Nice.
So it would jolt me every couple of hours, and I just fucking, ugh.
You know what my second flight had? A nice old couple. I talked about the concept of EVO to them. I talked about Shakira with the old guy.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good time.
There's a she-wolf in his closet?
There was a she-wolf in the closet. Let it out so he can breathe out.
Oh, woo.
And then they realized, oh, fuck, there's a she-wolf in this closet. And then they got up and they moved to the row that was empty behind me. And I was like, hey.
My first flight of the entire trip, I did get set in like, my seat didn't exist. And then they sat me in a seat or a row that also was broken, so therefore didn't exist. So the lady was like, just sit here. Nobody's sitting here. Here's some cookies. And just kept feeding me cookies the whole flight. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
If only I could show such decadence. I'm sorry, is this economy class? Or
I'm living like a fucking king over here. My pre-packaged celebration cookies. I'm celebrating.
I just really wanted her to be like, you doing okay, sweetie? You want another cookie? It's like,
basically how she was, yeah.
Yes, please.
Thank you. grab your hands.
Grab your hands, like, give cookie.
Cookie. Maybe pretzels? No, cookie.
Pretzel too salty.
Oh, God. But yeah, we landed back and dropped everybody off, and oh boy.
It's not my first trip out of the country, but it's my first flights. And you know what? They weren't that bad.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
I think Nathan was uncomfortable the whole time he was over, because I drove to the airport with them and grabbed you. And
that was the first time I've ever seen him look up frame data, so I guess he was internalizing that somehow.
But I guess he hasn't flown since he was like a babbo, basically, so I
Very
was a little
good.
nervous about it. Me, I was flying everywhere last year, so I was like, whatever.
I wasn't nervous about it, I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And, like, as soon as I got on the flight and we took off, I was like, oh, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in a fucking tube, whatever.
I'm in a seat, and then the seat's gonna give way to another land eventually.
Yeah, and then we landed, and I was like, sick. That was one plane. That was definitely the plane of all time. And then we went to another plane.
It was the exact same plane.
Dude, you could have just let me sit here.
Right?
Just turn around the plane. We're good.
But yeah, it was certainly an adventure.
Steve lost two things.
Boy, I have his water bottle right there.
Yeah, I don't know how that man loses. Keep it in your bag.
Just keep inventory of yourself.
Like, I know we leave gadgets around for people to watch, but you collect gadgets.
Left his headphones in Vancouver and left his water bottle in Vegas.
Unfortunate.
It's fucked up because I'm going to be the one to see him next, probably. We're wrestling next year. And I'm going to give him his water bottle back.
Is he going to remember?
I don't know.
It's a pretty, like...
It's a nice water bottle.
It's a nice water bottle. It has,
some
like...
I/O ports on there.
Yeah. It has technology, like the little motherboard on it, printed on it. So I feel like it'd be a pleasant surprise again. I hope he got it as a gift, lost it, got it re-gifted, and now you have it.
Nice.
And
that was EVO.
Yeah, that was EVO. I'd do it again. I'm quite excited for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I said it was like a religious experience, I fucking love it there.
I didn't expect me to have as much of a good time as I did. Mainly because I didn't believe in the hype of being in a room full of people that raised the body temperature of everyone around them and shouting, which are three things that I absolutely dislike.
Yep.
But put it all together, it was pretty fun. And obviously, like, mainly most fun with the random interactions with, like, a lot of the fucking Artist Alley people. I talked a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, and specifically a lot about romancing Shadowhearted Baldur's Gate 3 to, like, 3 different people.
That's wild.
As I was buying stuff. Well, the catalyst to it was we were looking at the rug tapestries that Nathan was kind of obsessed with. To be honest, they were
really
fantastic.
Fucking cool.
But we saw a sticker set, and one of them was one of the beholders shirtless, and having like hands rub up on his chest. And Nathan was enamored with it because it was like, oh, I didn't do that option, smile. And then me and the lady there were talking about how Shadowheart is bae. We tried to make it work with Halcyon, but we weren't interested. And she, in her opinion, I think it's due to the fact that she's so popular that Karlach too much of a golden retriever for that girl.
Yeah.
So we discussed how Shadowheart was bae and a few of the other interactions and stuff, and that was kind of cool. And then I went to go buy my Gilgamesh pen holder, which I did buy.
Yeah.
Did I show you a picture of that?
No, you did not.
I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
And me, like, they were discussing something. It was evidently a plot somewhere, because when I went up to her and like asked for the Gilgamesh, like they were trying to find it.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in their inventory. I feel like that was an item that was either too expensive for what it was, or a lot of people just didn't really go for it because it was stuffed in there. But then one of the like probably essentially like someone else who ran that particular stall, not really in context of anything around me or what I heard previously, just went like, yeah, no, I believe that guy really should have had 3 more wives, and like just kind of explained this one anime character. And I was like, ooh, all right, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here to hear this. And she was like, dude, I'm there's the person right there. And I'm like, oh no, it's cool, I've heard worse. Yeah, honestly, a lot of it, like I love talking to people like that.
Steve and I had a fun interaction like that actually on the way back in, I think on day 3 or whatever. Steve and I were walking into the main doors, and these 2 guys beside us, and I will say
these guys, yeah.
I am a skinny, short, average height, white, short. Fuck you.
Go on.
I don't want him anymore. And these guys were really, I mean, they were great people. I'm gonna fucking sound like a politician here. A specific one, you know the one. But yeah, they were 2 African American dudes who were like just chatting with each other. But they thought I was one of, like, the guy thought his buddy was to the left of him when he was actually to the right. So he started talking to me as if I was his buddy. And then he was like, "Oh shit, you're not my guy." And I look over, it's like, "Oh yeah, no, sorry. Happens all the time." And Steve goes, "Yeah, I think there's a couple key differences between you 2. And I was like, "Yeah, well, first off, I'm Canadian." And they fucking busted a gut. And Steve was like trying to keep it in. Just completely skip over the fact that it's like 50 different skin tones between us. Those guys were
they sounded cool. Yeah.
And then we found the rest of everybody eventually, but like just the smallest of interactions of like the people we had around us were just some of the fucking great, like, fighting game players in general. We're all there for a collective thing, and all of us have kind of the same collective brain, and it was just a fucking treat to be in a room with like thousands of other similar-minded people just shooting the shit about anything and everything fisticuffs.
Yeah, it's I guess that's what conventions are for, but really just being with like-minded-ish people, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. And
then everyone who got salty or like got really excited from an upset are just like, look at those fucking guys.
Yeah.
We know what they're about. They're upset for a reason that we know.
Just don't do that many wall running 2s against anybody else.
It's so fucking funny. That's the equivalent of like the Kazuya that I fought, that their comment still pinned on my Steam profile of like, you're just abusing matchup knowledge. Yes, Kazuya.
Yeah. One of my favorites on my profile is, we alt F4 against Fakum, Roms, and Leroy's, and I was like, you fucking nerd. Just play the game, idiot.
Yeah. EVO Fantab. It was pretty good.
So yeah, this went from Super Monkey Ball to an hour and 50 minutes, basically, of EVO. I was going to release this as a one cut. Oh, they got a podcast feature now. There we go.
Well, okay. Yeah. Nice. So this has been Loot. We're not going to do another hour-long episode, lads.
Well, this is a podcast. This is different. That just so happens to have a small visual component at the first
of Super Monkey. You know what? We did kind of start it off with a podcast of me explaining how me and my friend would be really shitty to each other playing Super Monkey Ball. Yeah,
and now we ended it with being really shitty to each other playing fisticuffs.
Hey, nice. Hey, tight.
Hey. Next time on themlootlads.
A lot has changed since then. I'm now playing an even more degenerate character in most of the fighting games I've picked. You know, I've swapped mains in pretty much all of the games except for Street Fighter now.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm picking up Elsfeld because I'm claiming her as my main. That means you can't play her. And then we obviously cut after that.
Just fighting noises.